Last we left our heroes, in the wake of combat, one of your members was down and in an unstable position. Crane had fallen to the icy death burst of these spawn creatures you've been battling, and as he did, something else came with him. Quickly, Enid and Augustus went to tend to him, but found magical healing unable to bring him back from the brink, and determined something more unnatural was at play. With Andy stranded on the far side of the chasm, the Herringon twins and your newfound ally Coulson attempted to revive Crane through a rapid exploratory surgical procedure to find whatever it was that was draining him of his life without remove it without killing him. In a matter of seconds, you were forced into a near impossible position to make the call of life and death, but you were successful in your pursuit. Guided by Augustus's druidic magic and the light of Ray, you found this darkness within Crane's chest. With the precision blade of Coulson, the incision was made that would give Enid one chance with her impressive reflexes to cut this leech free. Finding this dark, oily mass, icy cold to the touch, removing it, and finally, magically stabilizing your friend. After this tenuous encounter, you rested to catch your breath before Coulson brought you to his pseudo-safe house, where he's been amassing the citizens of Brundr Kiln that he's been able to save within. On a high floor of this towering resort known as Ilderfold Spire, you met and conversed with some of these rescued figures before you bedded down yourselves. And in the morning light, you're just about to set off toward the southwest quarter of town to take the road up to the hill to the lip of the basin, where a party boat dock and shop sits with a chance to help these people be free of the nightmare that's befallen their town. With the intent to recon a bit before making the full trek, you've elected to head towards Fear's Rest, a stone temple in the same direction that will hopefully offer you a place to hole up and observe your surroundings, your enemies, and create your plan of action before diving in as we begin today. Before we officially leave Ilderfold Spire, is there any last conversations or preparations you want to make before we set out for the morning? And you have elected to make the trek in the morning, so it is relatively early in the day.
I'm gonna burn a first to give them good berries. Okay, I already did that. Great. And I'll just look over my spells quick before we start.
I'm just gonna tell everyone we've been through a lot lately, but that shouldn't change our approach. We go in hard, we go in fast. And if it means we die again, we do it again.
Okay. Some of us don't really want to.
Under no circumstances do we cower.
Okay, you lost me, and then there's a little bit at the end. There was a little uplifting, but generally, I'd like to not watch you die again.
I mean, obviously that's the goal.
Yeah, but also, like, this very specific mission, the idea is to get in quietly, get out, so we can do a bigger hit later with more information after some quiet reconnaissance. Are we still on that plan?
I mean,
Looking
yes.
at everybody.
But if we have to take someone, we take someone. We don't cower.
Right. I'm not sure if there's been a moment of cower lately, to be honest. I think everyone's kind of been on the ball.
I'm just saying sometimes, these can be traumatic events for people who aren't used to it.
None of us are I mean, maybe you are, but...
Why does he keep looking at me when he's saying all this? He's like staring right in my face.
Well, yeah. I know you have hearts of gold. You two, or three, I guess I should say.
That's so nice.
But it's time they became a little darker.
The Dark Hearts? Scribbles down name in book.
What's that for?
That's nothing. It's just stuff I like to draw later. To Crane, just to be clear, you're the only one who literally died in front of us, where we had to cut open your heart and then restart it. Actually, we just kind of removed this thing from it. But
oh yeah, I had thought about that actually. You guys all got a good look at that thing. Well, Crane, you were very unconscious. Herringon, you got to look at the weird goo stuff, right?
Yeah.
Do you call us Herringon?
What's that?
He's calling it, human.
I mean, the two. Never mind. The two of you got a good look at the black stuff, right?
Yeah.
Did it look anything like that goo out of the monster from Ursa?
Good question, DM.
It looked identical, in fact.
Oh, I forgot about that. Oh.
Howard was putting this shit together now. Apologies, listener, if you put this together so long ago.
I thought of it at the end of last session, and I didn't get a chance to bring it up.
Okay, wait.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Hold on. I want to take a real quick pause. It is episode 23. That happened in episode 1. You should have had a...
Should have known.
Should have had a moment. Let's just take a moment to sit in this. And now I move forward.
Okay.
Whoa. Wait, what do we know about that? How did it start with Ursa?
All we know
Kind of transformed her, and then it was all like spooky, scary.
she said she felt like there was something inside her, something that was like eating away at her, kind of influencing her, overcoming her. That's what they thought it was, possession, right? And then she would manifest these structures or these things, and they had this stuff in it. But when I looked at her, is when I saw
water.
That's when I saw the like power, right? But I haven't done the same thing I did with her to any of these creatures, but it seems different.
Well, the people we've encountered have been real dead. Like, I think they've been dead, and then this thing's kind of like, I don't even know. Brought
Like a
them back.
parasite.
Yeah, like a parasite.
Yeah.
Not I even know what that is. But with Ursa, maybe she was special enough to have one of these inside her, but not turn.
Well, that whatever it is that's creating all this stuff is also trying to get to her.
I'll allow you to throw an Arcana check if you want to try and see any retroactive putting the pieces together with the old brain.
I'm not doing it.
I'll also
Gotta do
say, Augustus, you know what a parasite is. You're not
Do I?
totally. There's all kind of natural parasites you would have awareness of in terms of like parasites that would affect plant life and trees and animals in the forest. Maybe you're not the most skilled doctor in the world, but a herbalist.
Just like to think I don't think of these things. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be the one to volunteer a parasite. What do we got there, Andy?
21.
Nice.
Real good.
21. Putting some of the elements together. When you looked into Ursa's power, just into her, under your detect magic and were graced with some of your diviner's eye, she exhibited a power far greater than anything you've ever experienced, which is not like, you've not been experienced with a ton of power, but this is beyond a level of like initial comprehension. Certainly strong enough to withhold back some influence of what seems to be a smaller, lesser creature of some kind, some influence of whatever it is, though it may be something greater. I think you're able to connect the dots that Ursa's manifestation of the kind of pseudo-crystalline structure is within her in like a magical state, and is like protecting Ursa from the parasite that's trying to get at her. And when she manifests, it comes out and is attached to like that more than her. But it's also like, it's like a shared thing because that's a part of her just as much as, that's just how it works. She has enough power that you think to control it as long as she's aware. That you're not sure that she's aware, but now piecing back together the like what you just experienced with the crane, these creatures are drawn to power.
That's where I put the pieces together.
So yeah, there's a bit more concern that may fall to you of like, how did this befall Ursa when nothing like this level that you've seen the last two experiences with these creatures didn't happen up there to your knowledge? So like the how and the why and the where is still unanswered on her side. But I think it's just spawning more and more questions of like what is going on behind the scenes of these creatures.
I think the biggest thing is with Decrane's weird not heart that you described, it seems like they're really trying to get drawn to energy and power. And I think whatever Ursa's source of power is, seems like it's existing. It was going to be there anyway. We don't know what it is. And these things are just really drawn to it for whatever reason.
I think that makes sense.
But I'm not sure what we can do about it right now. I mean, we're
like going to the source of it, though. Like, it seems like it's trying to originate from here.
Well, one of the places is trying to originate from. It could have originated from the last place you just were. We'll have to ask our friend if there were any other disturbances
Coulson?
around the place where Ursa was. Our other friend. Back in the city. I don't know how to
Captain Verglass? Captain Verglass?
Let's just keep our eyes open. If we can get any other samples of anything like that, maybe it'd help more, but it lost most of its power last time we tried to collect it. But
Okay,
that's terrifying.
Yeah, nobody died today. Nobody get taken over by like a spooky, inky monster thing. What do they call it? I wrote it down in my book. The Spawn.
Oh, gross. Yeah, remember, radiant damage doesn't do anything. So if you have anything that's like super radiant, don't worry about it. It's also please don't stand near them at all. Well,
When
they're
they
about
die,
to,
they go. Yeah.
yeah, especially if you are not doing well.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Let's be spooky, stealthy, and Coulson lead on to the Fira's Rest cool hotel and spa.
Wait, that's where we are.
Yeah, no, that's a
We're
temp.
Here.
we're going to the funnily named where all the boats are.
Well, no, you were going to Fira's Rest. This is Ilderfold Spire. Fira's Rest is a temple because
That's
you wanted a point to recon from that was close.
That's right.
And that was what Coulson rolled
Scott was
to
right.
sort himself out.
Scott was right. Hashtag episode title.
You were half right. You had the name right, but the intention wrong.
As I
Okay, yeah. So for this leg, the five of you are just going to make straight stealth checks as a group. So the DC is set across you. You need 3 successes collectively before 3 failures. And a couple of things. One, you're traveling in the open, like it is broad daylight. So the DC is higher than if you were under the cover of night or anything like that. If you obviously add in pass without a trace, like that's going to help obviously moving along, but it's going to start whittling away your spells as it is to Coulson, knowing how slow moving through the city, and especially with 5 of you trying to move together, it's going to take like closer to 45 minutes to get where you want to go, which normally could be probably done in like 15-20 on a, if you're just walking openly, but trying to move stealthily with 5 of you, it's going to be 45 minutes ish. So probably only going to get advantage with the pass without a trace for 1 leg here.
Should I burn pass without a trace for this one, or as we go for the boat? Like, I'm thinking go for the boat would be.
I think so too. I think
Okay,
that's
so
where-
no pass without a trace on this one then.
Got it. Then a group stealth check all around. So stealth checks from everybody. Call them out when you roll.
19.
Success.
Oh, natural 20.
4.
Failure.
18 and 6, 24.
And success.
22.
Oh, great. Thanks, guys. You've carried me.
Group success. Admittedly, the easier of the 2 legs of this stealthing journey.
Yeah, we all wasted excellent rolls on that. Good job, everybody, except for Scott.
As you guys begin to follow Coulson's lead through the abandoned city, picking your way over rubble and through what looks like it would have been a nice, quaint little stout folk town in Ironhome. All kinds of little shops and homes and cottages and all manner of structure that you can see. Some have minor elements of damage. Some are completely like crumbled to rubble under the initial quakes that happened here in the wake of this cataclysm. With your passive perceptions collectively, you do see a number of these, spawn creatures, these what you now know to be like these parasitic husks, making their way around in small groups. You tuck and hide for a few minutes as a group passes on the street beyond, and continue to keep yourselves tucked in the shadows into the alcoves as best you can. And it is a slow journey across town. However, nearing that 40-minute mark, you come to the edge of Fira's Rest, a relatively tall stone temple that is a temple to a goddess of the moon. And so you see all kinds of kind of crescent moon motifs into the windows and into the side elements of this kind of otherwise Gothic structure. Throw me a perception check, someone.
Who's good at perception? It's not me.
It's me. I'll do it. I'll redeem myself in your eyes. 18.
As you approach, you've been on watch, all of you collectively, as you've been making your way across town, keeping your eyes open. And like I said, you've seen some of these villains and creatures throughout, but nothing has come close enough that you've ever had to really worry, and you never were at risk of combat. The closer you've got to this end of town, to this southwestern edge, the concentration has grown. They've certainly been more consistent in your periphery, in the edges. Your stealth collectively has been strong enough to have remained hidden. However, as you kind of hit this point coming into this lower section of town, you see your goal here, Augustus. Just on the breeze, you catch a very putrid scent of rotting flesh.
Just to clarify, is this smell like the putrid rot of those fey rot people, or more a putrid undead smelly?
More like dead flesh.
I feel like I kind of smell like decaying flesh, bodies.
Is it like that giant pile they keep making?
Is it coming from that direction?
You can't see for there's buildings in your way, like here.
I'm not sure where it's coming from. It's kind of all around. Why don't we try and get to this temple, and then maybe we can take a look.
Or
Easy
get
enough.
inside it, at least, yeah.
You're all able to jog across the street one at a time, and the doors are unlocked and able to slip within if that is your goal.
I think so. Get off the road. Maybe we could does this look like it could maybe have levels to it?
It's difficult to tell. It's a large structure. You're just unsure if it's going to be a large open kind of cathedral style, or if it has multiple levels. So you have to get inside to find out. And as you all rush across individually, make your way into this cathedral, you do in fact find it to be one open structure, just a tall roof, a tall ceiling of arches and these kind of angled buttresses and things. The tile floor is cracked in multiple areas, and what would have been the pews and things have all been kind of knocked over as people likely fled in the initial encounters here. Otherwise, the interior here is empty. It's quiet. Everything is suddenly very, very dull. It's a little cooler in here as well, but comfortably so. And just the faint kind of dust hangs in the air as the light streams in through the kind of crescent moon windows. There's little light in here. It is very dark inside here. save these 3 crescent windows along the sides of the wall, and there is a large stained glass window at the far end that is letting some light in, but even that seems dull, save the moon that is brilliantly lit in the sky of this picture of this stained glass.
Could do a tiny little investigation around here just for any religious items or relics or anything like that.
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check. Is anyone else doing anything while Augusta starts kind of searching around?
Poking around.
I could just look at it for if there's any other like tapestries or like any other stained glass things. I'm just always trying to look for like the story of a place.
Sure. You can make a religion check if you like.
I can look for any hidden passages or...
Sure,
Cool
make an investigation check for that.
I got a 0 for my little look around.
A 0.
I got an 11, but I add 0 to it. I got 11.
I got a 1, so that's...
So that's like a 0.
And religion?
Dirty 20.
Okay. Starting to kind of look around, looking for like little iconography and elements that you could maybe pick up, like maybe some, pendants or anything like that. You do find like some prayer beads on like a chain. They are jet black prayer beads, save one that is like a pearl. It seems to be kind of the central one. Fitting with the kind of Lady of the Moon motif here. Nothing of anything of particular value, nothing that screams to you as kind of magical in nature, but you find that, and there are some like goblets and things, that would have been probably a part of like some kind of ceremonial ritual or something like that, but nothing seems nefarious if that's what you're looking for.
I'll take those beads and maybe like just kind of take a moment in front of that stained glass little thing, and I'll quietly whisper a little prayer, and I'll say something like, I don't really know much about you, and I hope you don't take offense to this, but the moon always reminds me of my sister Nettie, so I'm going to take these beads out of here because they belong somewhere where the moon can actually touch them, so hopefully this is okay. And then I'll put them on.
Yeah. Just go ahead and make a religion check for me.
Do I die? 2.
Instant death. Really unfortunate.
Just takes your head right off.
Oh, you didn't pray right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry, you're gone.
No. Just you say your prayer in this otherwise kind of now musty cathedral, but you hold tight to the prayer beads you found. Andy,
Could I wear them like a necklace? Would that fit? Little prayer beads?
Yeah. It is a necklace of prayer beads. They're all these black pearls with this one kind of slightly larger
I
pearl.
love it.
Pearl.
It really fits his vibe. So I'm totally down for it.
Yeah. Andy, with a dirty 20, though this is called Fearless Rest, and you're seeing what you're kind of piecing together as you're looking through and there's only a few kind of tapestries and things and other stained glass. There's a one central one, and that kind of ends the rest of the display of who the Lady of the Moon is here. You're coming to find the story of Fira, Lady of the Moon here, very similar, if not identical, to that of Selûne. That would be in Candorne. Seems like at least very much aligned, if not the exact same deity under a different name. Not that makes a huge difference, but just kind of like a situation of like where people would potentially argue that they're two different. You're seeing very much just like very aligned beliefs and storylines.
Are there like, I can't remember in your lore, like there's a number of religions that are like more sanctioned than others or like more favored?
Mm-hmm.
Could this be something that like having a different name for something is either like rebellion-y or something that like people get in trouble for, or is this like enough of a tourist destination that like no one really gives a shit?
You're in a totally different kingdom. So
Oh, right. Okay.
yeah, like the monarchy or whatever of each of the kingdoms would have a differing view of which is approved religious worship and which is not. So Luna is not a widely worshipped goddess in Candorne, though it's not frowned upon, as fertility and love just are secondary to like the more like active work and craftsmanship and war and honor that takes prominence in Candorne in terms of the deific structure.
But yeah, it's not like a concept of a god that seems like it would threaten monarchy or anything. So
No,
yeah,
not really.
Makes sense why it wouldn't. Okay, cool.
Yeah, unfortunately, Decrane, you don't find any kind of secret passage as you start to look around and are seeking something. Though, as like you go to look for other passages, not a secret, you just happen to stumble your way and whack your head against the spiraling staircase that leads up into an upper level, presumably like up to the roof.
Is there any, like, at that stained glass part I'm at, could I peek through the window there to see what's on the other side of that? Just now trying to maybe use this as shelter to get some reconnaissance around what's around us.
The unfortunate part of as you're coming to look through this stained glass is whether it's magically enchanted or just the nature of like the art or something about this deity. The glass, though it seems like translucent, is so deeply dark purple that it's like looking into like a kind of a kaleidoscope. As soon as you get closer to it, it just continues into this deep dark well that you can vaguely see shapes, but not enough that you would be able to see reconnaissance wise out of it.
Still pretty cool.
It's pretty cool, but it is certainly not helpful in this case.
The cranes, is that okay? I heard like a giant bonk.
Yeah, nothing to be concerned about.
Okay.
Is there
Find a way up.
Yeah, is there any way up that you can see?
You did bunk your head on a giant staircase. That's what.
That's what. Yeah, sorry, it was cutting out.
He is concussed.
There appears to be a staircase here.
Oh, let's go check it out.
And maybe we can at least get
Watch
a
your
bird's eye
head.
view.
Watch your head.
I'm like
I definitely need to watch.
half your size.
You two should be okay.
It is a spiral, metallic spiral staircase. It does seem to lead. It's kind of tucked off to the one side. It leads up to the roof. However, at the top, whoever is up top, who ascends first, there is a hatch. The hatch is locked.
Can anyone?
Is there a lock or anything like that?
There's a lock. There's like a big padlock hanging off the side.
I could try and burn this off. Don't shoot it off, Colson.
I put my body in front of it. I put my body in front of it.
Last time the lad, your giant boomy thing is what attracted everything last time. Let's not make loud noises.
Fine. I will let you do your way, but if this doesn't open, we have no
Then
choice but to shoot it.
No, we have a choice of just we don't need to go up there.
If it's padlocked, that means there's something important behind this door.
That's actually an interesting observation.
There is another option: is we break the door down too.
That's
Also
that's
there-
probably nicer than shooting it. But let me
But
just
let's
try my
first
little
see if
fire
we can-
thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I try and use fire? I'm going to try and use... Ooh, actually, Primal Savagery is pretty good. My little sharpened claws.
Mm-hmm.
Can I try that?
Yeah, make an attack roll.
You got it.
Acid.
That primal savagery, that sounds sick.
10 to hit.
Give me 1 second to look up I don't think that's going to hit, but
A door.
let me. No, you're against an iron padlock, and it's a hatch, so it would like throw up and out. It's like a banded hatch. So trying to get the lock is an iron lock. 10 is not going to hit.
Can I try again?
Yeah.
Can I try again?
After 2 attempts, I would say that it doesn't seem like your primal set, your claws, like this solar energy is able to connect with it in some way. You're not sure why.
Nettie, can you like try and like, I don't know, use a sword on it or something?
Well, yeah, you want me to like take like one of my little sabers or something and like see if I can get in there?
Yeah,
like a lockpick? But not.
If you're good at that, that'd be cool. I can't do that.
Do we have any lockpicks in this party? I don't think we do we?
I thought we picked up maybe like 1 or 2, but I think
I don't
know if we do.
I think that was. I'm trying to remember, and I think I think we got a lockpick, and I'm like, that might be our other game.
Well, that might be us in Baldur's Gate. I don't know if that was in this game.
If it's not in your inventories, you don't have it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't see any in mine.
Just load your last autosave and you'll have it.
And check if it's there.
How much do we care about this? I mean, I can like have that new chromatic gold spell that can do acid.
No, don't waste the spell slot on it. Like someone just hit it with the butt of their sword or staff. Or
Enid can attempt the like dagger and blade lockpick. It's just going to be a straight dex check, but at disadvantage.
Okay.
Is the door wooden or is the door?
It's iron banded.
Okay. 11.
God damn it.
An 11 on this lock is enough. Yeah, it's a DC 10.
Oh.
Yay!
Yeah, you are able to. What I'll say with that is because you're not using the proper tools, it's clunky. It takes longer than everyone is like comfortable. Like you're about to like, okay, fuck this, let's just leave, and then it falls open and into your hands.
Got it.
I would say, not that this makes a huge enough difference, but you've sufficiently destroyed the mechanism inside that this padlock just won't work anymore.
Oh,
but
I hope we don't need this.
No, I just want to see what's up there.
You throw open the hatch, and it rises up, and there's a small kind of room at the top where you can see a kind of like there's a concave mirror is what it looks like, almost like what you would expect at the kind of catching light of like a what looks like a brazier, but instead of being sat low, it's tilted up and is incredibly shiny on the interior. It's got an open kind of roof, almost like a observatory. It's got like a slitted open section in this maybe like 8 by 10 size room, and then there's a long kind of walkway at the top, and then it just kind of slants off on the side in a green tiled roof. But you have a good aerial perspective over this western side of the town.
Great. Can I take a peek around that side?
Yeah. Go ahead and make a perception check. Looking to the west.
Looking to the west. Not as good as before. 12.
Okay. On a 12, I will give you.
It'd be cool to roll
option.
over 10. It'd be sick.
Because you rolled not great, I will give you the option of 2 choices.
Okay.
There's something that catches your eye that is close, or would you be focused on trying to look to the goal, which you can like get from this perspective, perfect eye line too, but there is something that is certainly going to catch your eye close.
I'm a very distractible rabbit. I think I would be looking at the thing that's close.
Yeah. Like as you look up, you're trying to reposition yourself west. You look to the sun, you find your positioning. You look up in the direction of the basin, and you're almost like in the shadow of it. But as you look that way, immediately on like what would be the next street, and then down one house, like one block, that scent hits your nose again, and you can see one of those amassed piles of the black tar in this kind of like mound of black flesh and tar in this massive kind of egg-like pod. You can see it sits in the middle of like a destroyed building. Like there's rubble and wood of a broken building all around, and then scattered amongst all of that, amassed like 20, maybe 30 bodies, like of humanoid bodies are just kind of scattered around. And then kind of through them, you can see these like kind of black, oily tendrils that kind of seep out. But the core of this kind of egg, this mound, is just kind of pulsating and just kind of sitting there, and immediately just like you can't look away from this odd, grotesque thing.
Coulson, have you ever seen anything like this weird egg thing before?
This is new to you in the time you've been here, but you don't think it's good.
What he said.
God?
Gross. I think while keeping an eye on that, I would also encourage someone to check out that moon device thing, that like crescent basin. That looks really interesting.
You're welcome to check out the moon device thingy if you wish to. How do you want to check it?
Leah, did you raise your hand like you're interested?
I mean, that was my thought of like from a magic perspective. That seems like something that would reflect the moon from this observatory thing. And is it magic?
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Is it cake?
Ooh, not very good.
And Augustus, I will also ask for a nature check from you as a part of the perception from earlier.
14.
Yeah, how's 6 for you?
Oh my God,
4 on the dice.
Get out the real dice. D&D Beyond is not your friend today.
I'm just gonna say it. Fuck you right now, D&D Beyond. You're being a real asshole tonight.
It's a really good thing they didn't sponsor this episode.
I know. I even joked about it.
It's all for us.
Yeah,
We love them.
We do.
we love D&D Beyond. Thank you so much. If you ever want to sponsor us,
I blame the algorithm and AI
here we go.
and librarians.
That's a thing that no one
It's an off-stream joke.
It's not.
I will leave it in because it's really funny.
The grotesqueness of this thing eludes you, and you just can't think of anything more about it other than it's weird and gross.
Ew.
Andy, as you look over towards the this device, what did you roll, Sir Arcana?
I rolled Arcana 14.
14. It doesn't read arcane in nature. You don't get a glimmer of magic. You think realistically, given your like previous rolls, it's like more of like religious and like this actually is more like in line with like your shepherd training and nature of like just understanding and searching in the stars and like your religion. Like religions have just some like odd practices that don't serve a necessary purpose beyond worship. Like they don't actually do anything except be a part of their worship, be a part of their life, be a part of and like being attached to whatever deity you have, kind of beholden yourself to. And you think that this is just an element of like capturing the moonlight to be close to their deity.
Cool.
Okay, so there's this really scary orb thing like a block away from us. And I actually didn't spot the ship place, but I'm sure it's in that direction. I'm just so focused on how scary that thing is.
I also want to add just the size of this egg-like pod. When I said egg-like, I didn't want to say like egg as in the size of an egg. This is like an 8 foot tall by like 6 foot wide mound.
That's what I pictured, and I don't like it.
Good.
Great. How far away is that from us? Up here?
20.
Are we talking like it's half a kilometer away, or is it like at the base where we are?
You're within 100 feet, 200 feet.
Oh, great.
Like it's close. It's like over the next row of houses.
Oh,
This
I
might
kind of
be-
had an idea, actually.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking, like, from a nature standpoint, usually you try and protect, like, the egg, you know, that's like an important thing. And so if we wanted to create a distraction, but to get some of these people out, we could try and, like, set fire to the egg so they would send everyone coming and then get the people going towards the boat or something.
Yeah,
Because we do that with, like, a bird's nest, you know, the birds freak out.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I mean, even from up here, at least some of us, there's a pretty good angle to try to, you know, with the arrows, although I don't think normally arrows work that well, but, like, something to try to loft.
I just don't know if we should do it now or after we've checked out the boat.
No, I agree that it's a good idea to kind of, like, use that as the distraction. The only concern is it's kind of in the same direction, right?
Yeah.
So if we have them kind of do, like, a wide berth the other way, you know, if we have to go around stuff, here's where we came from, here's this place, here's the boat, they kind of go this way.
Now, who's to say that's not the only one we find, too? Maybe there's some more.
Great. Yeah, didn't think about that. That's terrifying. And we only could see this one because we're up really high. So who knows how many more there are kind of hidden in buildings and things.
It's almost like it's using those dead bodies as, like, fuel to, like, create something.
Everything you say about these makes it more and more terrifying. Yeah.
Just imagine what's inside it.
I really don't want to. I mean, I'm curious, but also really don't.
What's interesting is eggs usually have something small and then it grows big. So, like, whatever's inside that now is a nightmare creature. It's probably going to get even bigger.
It's just a baby nightmare creature, yeah.
Yeah. Baby nightmare creature.
Writes it down in his book.
Sorry to jump in here. Coulson, while you're here as well, can you throw me either perception or history, your choice?
Please hold.
One of these.
History or perception?
Yeah, your choice.
History, I'm +4. Perception +3. I'm going to go history.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
18.
Nice.
This role, I was kind of like, obviously, this is your home. So in this kind of heat of all the things that are happening, I'm trying to, like, pull from, while you're standing up here, what are the points of interest that jump out to you with your historical knowledge of this town and area? You know, the positioning of Good Times Landing is directly up the hill here to the west, southwest, like directly cardinally southwest. But from here, straight west, like almost directly west to the base of the basin, would be where the hot springs are. That is exactly about a kilometer south of right where you're standing, the cavern entrance that would have been right behind the waterfall that has since dried up with this whole mess of things that have gone down. So you are kind of positioning yourself almost equidistant between these 2 points, and just kind of positioning yourself within the city. However, I want to add one other element to this, given your good role in your history with this city. There is a near in this section of town, there was a local blacksmith named Daedra Slagstone. She had a smithy known as the Molten Anvil. She was known to produce very high quality products of metal. She would make armor, weaponry, this kind of thing. Jumping out to you as a fighter, as a samurai, like if you've not had a chance to go and check this place out, as it's on the west end of town and it's a relatively dangerous area, but with a group like this, in theory, you could find things to help bolster yourself or your ranks within the Molten Anvil.
So I would, like, relay all that information and say, like, we should go there to stop that.
I agree. It'd be good to get some reinforcements. We don't really have a lot of stuff.
Well, not only that, but, like, Enid's arrows right now aren't going to do very much. And if we need to attack someone from a distance, I mean, maybe there's better arrows. I'm not sure.
So why don't we head there first? Then we can see about sneaking towards Good Times Landing or the hot springs.
It's a bit of a detour, but not so much so that you would set yourself, back a whole day or anything like that.
Would it make more sense to hit that on the way back?
Not necessarily,
Okay.
because you will have to. You won't have to go near this egg thing to get to Molten Anvil. You will have to go up to Good Times Landing.
Okay.
So, kind of pick your battle.
Let's go Molten Anvil first in case we can get some good stuff.
Okay. With that information, picking the course that you are going to trek, I will need a stealth check from the group once more.
Should I do it now? Should I do passive trace now?
Well, it only lasts an hour. This is going to be a detour.
It would only cover basically the length of time that you are going to be traveling between each point is going to be one cast of the spell. You'll never be able to hit 2 points.
Totally.
With one cast.
Okay, I'll save it then. Come on, real dice.
What are we?
I'm going to tell you guys now, it's a group stealth check. The DC has increased given your proximity to danger. It is now a DC 16.
Oh yeah, I got a 20 right here.
Hey.
Attaboy.
One success. Here we go.
Oh, I got a
15. Oh, so close.
Come on.
22.
Success.
21.
Okay,
Yes.
great. Colson, what do you got for us, pal?
7. It's my time. I don't need stuff. Fuck it.
There were
3
still
and 2?
3 successes. Technically, I should say, a nat 20 is a double success normally in skill checks. So you were already well ahead, but not needing to pass without a trace. Now, having seen the vast majority of your potential threat in this area, you know where to avoid, where you previously were kind of just hoping that you didn't turn a corner into a bunch of enemies. You now know where you have to avoid and have to make your way back through town, kind of retreading some of the same steps and then curving kind of on a wide berth on the west side. You do come around to the edge of this section of town. There's more cottages and homes in this area than there were previously. There was more businesses elsewhere. As you come towards the Molten Anvil, Colson, you recognize the 2-story structure, and it is very evident as to what it is, as it has this massive spiring, at least it used to. It's now snapped in half and crushed one side of the building. But it used to have this almost smokestack that rose up above the anvil, put forth the smoke and debris from the smelting process within, and the offput of the lava drill that Daedra uses to forge some of her product. However, you make your way towards the Molten Anvil, and as I said, part of it is destroyed. This kind of exterior of this like classic stone structure, heavily weathered. This place has been here for a long time, but at least for the time being, collectively seems quiet around here. Safely, you can make your way inside.
Did I make up, maybe you told us this based on an Andy Arcana check, that we know these things have a hive mind? So we got to be super careful, because if one knows where we are, everyone knows where we are. We somehow
I think that was a
right?
Kevin thing.
Kevin was attached
he
to it
connected
by
to
proxy of almost dying and becoming part of it.
God.
Yeah.
So we can't even be spotted by one, or like if we fight one, then the rest are going to know and come get us.
What I will say is collectively, in your encounters with them now, and I'll say, DeCrane, you kind of have an innate understanding of this, given this like weird near assimilation process you went through. The hive mind is only as powerful as the mind. So these creatures you've been dealing with, these low-level creatures, think of the speed at which the information will travel is only going to travel as intelligently as they are. They're dumb as bricks.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a slow process to expand, but in time it would reach, hopefully, a more intelligent master of some kind. If you hit something something sees you that has a greater intelligence, the whole thing comes out. Like if just using this is not what it is, but if you were to be a part of an archmage stand in front of you who was a part of this hive mind, everyone knows. Archmage incredibly intelligent. But if you have like some fucking little shitty imp or something, it's a slower process of that information. So if you're able to cut off the signal fast by eliminating the threat, it may not reach.
Better chance, yeah.
If you can cut it off quick, it may not expand beyond the initial couple creatures.
Okay.
Something to consider. As you make your way inside what is left of the Molten Anvil. And I will say as well, part of the back structure where the smokestack has fallen and crushed, the western side of like the chasm that now expands and surrounds Brundr Kiln is like right on the back doorstep. This whole structure is nearly fallen into the chasm by like 30 feet.
So does that mean we're close to that waterfall you were talking about?
No, that is on the south side of the town. Yes, it's the
Okay.
west.
Okay. Because that's where we eventually got to go for the rod. South side. Okay, let's check out Molten Anvil.
As you guys are here, you can kind of do whatever you want, but if you want to do just kind of a group investigation and just kind of roll the place, we can start there, and then if you want to kind of ask more questions from there, we can see what happens.
Hell yeah.
Then we're going to do a group investigation check. Given the... Actually, I'm going to roll for the DC.
Roll 1.
That was higher than you probably would have liked. DC 15.
Oh, man.
16.
Okay.
What's your
Okay.
investigation?
Sorry, what roll?
Investigation.
Investigation?
If you want to, modify in any way, I would allow you to, as this is over. You know what you're doing here.
I only got a 7.
Oh, 20
Hello.
for me.
Nice.
17.
17, great.
I rolled exactly a 15 and 11.
My investigation is only +1, so it was like, ooh.
Was that
As for this game, I'm
20
the only
total.
fail. Yeah.
What is going on?
I don't know.
What dice god have you rung?
I don't know. I shouldn't have taken the beads.
Poor-
To be fair, you were rolling like shit before you took the beats.
Yeah, that's true. That's
That is what's funny about D&D Beyond. We're like, you're rolling like shit. You're like, I'm just clicking a button. This is telling me, like, I'm not doing anything. It's just whatever roll.
button hates me.
On a large success by 4 out of 5 members, you are collectively able to find a couple of very fun things. Instantly, you can recognize the in this place there is a wall that is untouched, that is full of basic weaponry and armor. Like, you have all kinds of weaponry and armor at your hands, at your disposal. However, caveats being, they are mostly heavy, like Ironheart plate. There's an Ironheart shield, which is very nice. It's not magical, but it's a well made, like it's a dwarven made shield. Like, it just is sturdy, and the craftsmanship would be instantly recognizable as like a more expensive, you know what I mean? Like a more prominently created piece. The second caveat is the weaponry in here is very classically dwarven as well. Battle axes, hammers, mauls, simple daggers, hand axes, and light hammers, that kind of thing, but all very well crafted and all available to you should you wish. If you are interested, you could take the time to gather up what would be a full kit of tinker's tools and smithing tools from various sections, if you were interested in doing so. That would take a bit more time, depending on how much time you want to devote to doing this, to do that, because you have to grab all the pieces to make sure you have a full set. But this is the place that you could amass those tools. And finally, the good stuff that you come to find. almost set in a place of prominence. Doesn't look like it's ever been worn in battle, or if it has, it is pristine. A half-plate, full set of half-plate armor you see is set up on a mannequin, kind of prominently displayed in one section of the shop. Through it, you see these brilliant veins that are iridescent through the plate, and there's almost an obsidian folded element to the plate itself. You can see the clear markings of like the iron heart banding that have this very kind of classic Celtic additional banding and embossment to them. But the armor, the metal itself, you see is clearly magically enhanced, but innately so. Someone throw a nature check, or anyone can make a nature check if you wish. I would also allow Arcana.
Let me see my nature. No, I will not be doing that.
I also feel.
Neither will I.
I also say no.
I will do.
I did one, and it was a 3. So can we just not?
No, actually, sorry. You know what? Actually, this is more fitting to give you a history check if you wish, Coulson.
Ooh, okay, I can do that.
I'll roll nature because druids are good at nature.
22.
Hey.
Okay.
Coulson has a dark history.
Coulson's very historical.
I actually rolled like shit despite a good Arcana. I rolled a 12.
A 12 wouldn't pull this. Scott, did you roll your?
I rolled
nature?
maybe like 5th 5 of the night, so I got a 7.
That's also not going to do it. The advantage goes to Coulson, who
It looks cool, guys. This is the history. It looks cool.
recognizes the placement of this is what is going to be if you search for it in Debian is adamantine half plate, but in this world adamantine is also known as Drackrock or arcurite. This is arcurite half plate, a naturally sourced magical metal. Like it's a natural magical source of ore that is incredibly expensive. This piece costs a fortune. But adamantine also negates all critical hits against the wearer.
Nettie, can you wear that?
It is half.
Who
I
can
thought
wear
it was
that?
DeCrane. DeCrane's
just
still
leaders?
wearing. Yeah.
DeCrane, you should wear this. If my sister can. Only if my sister can.
Is it magical?
No, there's not a trace of magic on it. Trust me.
Make a deception check. I don't know if you know that, so maybe you're not deceiving. Rolled like shit.
Do I roll anything?
No, you know what? He doesn't know it's magic.
How does a nat fucking 20 sound? Thanks,
Magic doesn't even exist.
Suddenly,
Crane, you took a real beating, and I think this thing can if these things try to attack you again, this is going to keep you safer.
I will wear it, but if there's any kind of magical influence on it, I will throw it to the enemy.
Yeah, please don't. This is again, it's going to help you. You went through a lot of shit. I'd like you to not die.
All right, I will wear it, but again, if this thing has any kind of magical influence, I'm either giving it to Coulson or I'm giving it back.
I make a face, and I'm a really... Actually, I'm a good liar. I forgot.
DeCrane, no
Sure, yes,
magic. It'll just help you. It'll be great.
Okay. So I'll put it on.
it does not require attunement. It's just naturally super fucking hard. Therefore, any critical hits against you become a normal hit. It is half plate, so it's heavy. You have proficiency as a fighter, but you do now have disadvantage on stealth, given its heaviness. But immunity to critical hits, disadvantage on stealth, wins and losses.
Look at your AC now too. I bet it's going to be great.
Do I add it to my inventory now, or?
Yep.
Or
Adamantine half plate. I dropped it in the chat. If you want to search it in our
thank
messenger chat. That was one of the pieces that you find.
Sorry, did you say antimantium? Is that what?
Nope. Like
Yeah,
adamantium,
did
but
not.
adamantine.
Adamantium. Sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah. Very similar. The other thing you find, Allie, go ahead and roll a d10 for me.
Okay. 4.
You find 4 +1 arrows.
Ooh.
They're magically enhanced arrows. You can see they're barbed and flared, and the actual shaft is not necessarily. It doesn't look like wood at first. It seems like a very like almost like a spike, like it's metal through its core, but it is incredibly light. So it feels just same as every other arrow, but it does seem magically enchanted and hits that much stronger, and will hit for full against anything resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Good.
No, I was gonna say, what are they called to add them to my?
I think it's just ammunition +1 or arrow +1.
I think it's arrow +1.
If you just go into like your inventory at okay.
Yeah.
The last thing that is found is seemingly mundane until it is picked up. And whoever is looking about and picking things up, you almost go to throw it in with the smithing tools, and it would fit well within the smithing tools. However, as soon as you pick it up, it's this small block set. It's like a very thin, almost like an ingot, but very clearly not an ingot, but it's about the same like look at initial glance. Very smooth on the top. It is very evident to Enid and Decrane and Coulson as a whetstone, a sharpening blade whetstone. However, as soon as you pick it up, you can feel the faint vibrations of a permanent enchantment that exists upon the whetstone. It's known as a magic whetstone. Once per day, while using this whetstone to hone a blade, you can cast magic weapon as an action upon the blade you are honing. When cast in this way, the spell does not require concentration.
That's tight.
Does that make it +1?
Magic weapon, the spell, is a 2nd level transmutation spell that makes a weapon +1 attacks and damage for 1 hour.
It also would be a magical attack, which is going to be really important here.
Indeed.
But it's only an hour.
And so it's only an hour? You can use it once a day. It lasts an hour?
Once a day, 1 hour.
Okay. Cool.
So that would either be for... Is it attuned?
Nope.
We could pass it around then. Figure out on the day whoever it is that could use it best.
Yep. Preferably used by someone who knows how to hone a blade more than casting of a spell. It's part of the process, but it's like it doesn't really make a difference. I just like in my head I like that better.
While we're doing this, could I start gathering the tools? Like we might as well gather them.
Yeah. Which set?
You said tinkerer's tools and smithy tools, right?
Yes.
Kev, do you already have Tinkerer's tools, or did you just take that proficiency without themselves?
That's a good question. Let me double. That would be. Where would I find Tinkerer's tools?
In your inventory.
Oh yeah, it's in my tools. Yep, I have it.
Okay, so we might not need
tools and Tinkerer's tools.
Maybe I'll grab Smithy's tool.
Okay.
Also, unrelated, sort of, but it says I'm over carrying capacity in my inventory.
Oh, I don't play with that. That's fine. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
It's like,
I mean, 155 pounds is what I'm at right
now.
now.
You're slow down now.
Heavy.
You can't walk as fast. You're carrying too much. Haven't you played Baldur's Gate?
Oh, Skyrim's like that too.
That's an issue, I'm guessing.
So annoying.
Oh, what do they call that in the game? It's like
overcumbered.
Yeah, and then Diablo, it's like I'm overburdened. You can't pick anything. It just keeps like flipping on the ground.
Could I take?
Not particularly strong.
Does anyone need daggers? Like any other things from here? There's light hammer, daggers, axes. I don't know if any of that tickled your interest there, Decrane.
Light hammers are thrown weaponry, but they're I think they're strength based. Daggers are obviously dex or strength, whatever's higher. Battle axes, mauls, hand axes, great axes, they would all be strength.
Strength?
If you can carry them, I'll happily.
This one's the size of me. They can't carry me.
I'm at capacity. I can't be carrying that much more stuff.
You're at what?
While I'm putting the smithy tools together, and I assume, I was going to say Hondo, DeCrane is putting on his armor. Can I pull Nettie aside for a second?
Nettie, yesterday on watch, the crane told me that sometimes people lie right to your face.
What?
So then, hold on, don't speak too loud. I just lied to his face. I have no idea if that thing's magic or not.
Why'd you say that? So he would get it?
So he put it on because he's just like he's like, oh, I'm so cool. He talk in a low voice. But I thought, I don't want to see his heart again today because that was kind of like a one-time thing, hopefully. So.
But see, like, it's not really even though, yeah, you lied, it's not a bad thing per se because you're protecting him.
So sometimes you can lie and it's okay?
Like a white lie?
Is that what we call it?
I think so. Because it's not bad. But it's not great, but it's not bad.
Maybe it's a bunny lie. It's like a rabbit lie. A rabbit truth.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
So we
Don't
already
do too
done.
many of them, though.
I would never do a rabbit truth to you. I wouldn't.
Pinky promise.
I pinky promise.
Okay.
And I also pinky promise with my ear. Put my ears. And then I stare back at the crane as I gather the rest of the tools.
Oh, I want one of the hammers.
Just take one.
Well, I don't think I can lift it.
You could just like put it like a light hammer. Maybe you could just carry it in your belt or something.
Attempts.
It's like a past life is calling to the biggest, coolest warhammer they have.
Well,
Did you say Warhammer?
What are you doing here, Coulson?
Sorry.
Coulson, are you happy with your swords, or is there anything else you need here?
Yeah, I don't need anything.
Okay.
He sounds so different. Sounds so different today.
Suddenly very catty.
Okay, I think we're stocked up.
I would say that after you have collected the smithing tools, set up the swapped out DeCrane's armor and like just rolled the place, found all these things. And I mean, part of like, I assumed also like elements of the ritual identifying of what these items are. It's been, you left in the morning, 45 minutes, a little bit of time to search there. Over to here, good hour of doing stuff here. You're getting past noon hour at this point. Like it's getting into the mid-afternoon. Still plenty of time left in your adventuring day, but just trying to keep things loosely on a timeline here. From this position, you are kind of more in line to like head up the west side almost directly to Good Times Landing. However, you kind of have to kind of skirt back into town to do that because the direct line is cut off by this like chasm that cuts through and forces you around. So you still have to kind of loop back into the town. But given your kind of positioning, Coulson, your knowledge of the town and like your time to get over there, you're looking at another like half hour to 45 minute stealthily trek. Maybe it'd be an hour to get all the way up to Good Times Landing if you were to make that trek. However, between here and there is a significant threat.
I relay that information to everyone. Pretty much just assume whatever Kyle says I'm relaying to everyone. Like I'm not Gord anymore. There's no reason to keep anything secret, really.
Wait, what? You're not hiding a secret Orcus pact?
Yeah. Oh, what a relief. I don't have this guilt anymore. I'm so free. That's Coulson.
I'd imagine, it's probably a good idea to start moving because we don't want to be moving too much in the dark with this. And especially if our plan is potentially to try to move everybody else in the dark tonight. And if we're going to be heading towards the last hour, which is how long Pass Without Trace is, I imagine even though Scott's not here, that's where he was saving his Pass Without Trace for.
I think that is fair to say that this would be the time he would utilize that. If you guys are making the trek, just confirming you're making the trek now to get straight up to Good Times Landing, to make your way up the hill at this point.
I think so. Is everyone else cool with that? Because otherwise we'd have to wait until tomorrow.
Okay. Then, as we can make the executive decision that Augustus is going to utilize Pass Without a Trace as you make your... Hey, there he is.
Yes.
Pass Without a Trace is cast. Stealth check all around. Retaining the DC from before, as there's obstacles along the way, but still going to be a challenging just stealthing through here as we get going as a DC 16 group stealth check. Decrane, unfortunately, Kev, you have disadvantage on your stealth checks given your new armor. But
Man,
away we go. Group stealth.
20 non-nat.
13.
Plus 10.
Ooh, 23.
Whew. This is a good time for Pass Without Trace. I only rolled an 8.
Successes.
First roll.
I didn't roll very well.
Plus 6, 20.
I got a 6.
I rolled 15.
10. 4 and 6, 10.
With the plus 10?
Plus 10, so that's 20 for you, Decrane. And then Colson, what was yours, Brock?
6.
And then 6 plus 10 is 16. So I think we all made it.
16 just succeeds. The 15 would have failed.
Mine would have.
But collectively able to make your way from the Molten Anvil, aided now with Pass Without a Trace, kind of helping to dampen some of the more louder footsteps as you get accustomed to the heavier plate mail that you're now wearing. And this section of town is closer to the chasm, so there's a lot more instability in the ground and a lot more rubble all around. So you're constantly kind of kicking and stumbling over rock as you're trying to make your way quickly across shadow to shadow, alcove to alcove. Admittedly, you don't see a ton of activity in this area. Colson, this is a little strange to you. The west side of the town, south and west side of the town used to be a veritable hive of these creatures. They have suddenly become a lot more sparse. However, closer you get, kind of almost back to where you were before, previously on the way to Fear's Rest, another of these egg things, another mound, another pile, seems to slightly larger actually than the other one. It's about 9-10 feet by about 6-7 wide. Another large group of the citizens of the fallen bodies surrounds, and this one specifically hangs kind of across the middle of the road. Specifically, you can get around like a wide berth. However, you're noticing that there are tendrils that seem to almost tentacle-wise or vine-like stretch out from it and are kind of spider-legging their way across the ground. Not actively moving or anything like that, but the ground all around here seems aware.
I can picture that so well, and it's so creepy. I do not.
I can't, but it's still creepy as fuck. Okay, this is a problem. This is the direction we need all the people to come. Has anyone been keeping count of how many of these things there are? I think this is 3.
There's
No,
2 so
two.
far, I'm pretty sure.
I thought we saw another one from...
One was pointed out to you from Ilderfold's Spire, but you're not sure if one of these is the one that was spotted. So there's potential for 3 to have been spotted. This is the second you've seen. It's distinctly different than you'd seen previously.
Maybe we have to walk in a distinct rhythm or pattern.
Some sort of worm walk. I am legitimately worried that if we like step on one of these things, it would alert everyone.
Admittedly, though I don't advise the worm walking, there is a way forward in like an acrobatics check just to literally try and step lively to not step on any of these things. Should you do so in a worm walking way, feel free to think so in flavor, but that would be the way forward unless you can find a different way to circumnavigate this obstacle.
Why don't we try that first? Nettie, you're good at, what would that be, ranger stuff? Survival, maybe? Would that work?
This is acrobatics.
Oh, but what about finding another one?
Finding another path?
Yeah.
No, it's... Yes, but I'll allow survival.
Survival? Okay.
You want to see, Nettie, if you get any luck?
21.
Wow, great.
I'm going to preface this by saying you have successfully hit the DC. The amount of time it will take for you to find this path and scout is at least an hour to find it safely, and you'll be doing that alone. Like, it wouldn't be the group of you going to like scout.
That'd be scary.
I don't know if we want to split up right now, but
the only thing I could say is if I could go, and then if I sense trouble, would I be able to send out Toot Sweet to go get them, to get me?
Possibly. It just depends how far away you are.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, if you get caught up in a fight, they could be 10 minutes from you. They could be further.
You can certainly try.
Such is the motto.
I don't know if Augustus would be comfortable you going on that long. That'd be scary. But how are we going to get these people through?
Well, I think, honestly, out of game, I think we have to fucking get rid of this thing. There's no way that a bunch of injured older people and children are going to be able to... Hairy little turtle are going to be able to get through this. Like, we're going to have to eliminate this threat in order for them to get through here.
But when do we do that?
I don't know. I don't know if it's like...
Also, just add in, like, the people don't necessarily have to come this route. This is the route for you guys to
get... boats.
Yeah, they're like briefcase folding boats. So you can get the boats, bring them back, and then kind of go up on a slightly safer route to the basin.
To eventually...
By a different road.
Right.
Okay, so we could try and just get past this.
You can get past it. It's just the loss of time.
Oh, sorry. I meant let's get through it acrobatic style. Let's do it.
Then acrobatics it up. Yeah.
Come on, gang. Let's have fun with it. Everyone, let's have fun tonight.
This is the man who's been rolling solid 5s the whole night.
Change now.
The hitch in this.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, no.
I guess we're going to just go with it. But the hitch to this is it's not a group check in the ways that like 3 success, 2 failures. A single failure is an alert. So, Augustus, what'd you roll?
I rolled a 2. But I had 2.
Awesome.
Oh, no.
As you guys have been having this discussion, kind of tucked away off to the side, making your plan, Nettie, you did kind of scout for just a little, just to like get up into another building across the way, kind of looking, spotting, trying to figure out your next path, returning to the group, explaining, I can find a way, it's going to take time, blah, blah, blah. Augustus says, let's just do it. You turn around and you instantly step right on the first tendril. You feel it kind of roiling and shifting underfoot in this kind of odd, like wave, like if you put your hand hard into like a waterbed and you watch the wave shift back all the way to the core of this egg. Instantly you watch it kind of and all of you just kind of like poking your heads out around the edge of the building, watch from the top of this egg sack just black tar begin to, and then the front of it, a massive fist punches its way out. A second, just a massive beast tears its way forth. Let's all roll initiative.
That's not a baby.
This is the kind of fun I've been waiting for.
Oh my god.
The Bell Rock.
Let's dive into this as we come back here with the city streets of Brundr Kiln laying before you. Augustus having stepped on and alerted this creature to pull itself forth from less of an egg and more of a chrysalis, as this thing has grown within. It charges, I wouldn't say actually it charges forth yet, but it begins to still pull itself free as the initiative begins with 25 to 20.
23.
Okay.
Kev, did you say you got 22?
Yep.
Sweet.
20 to 15.
I got 15.
Nice.
Oh, I also got 15.
I think Coulson's
My dex is-
dex is higher.
My dex is only 14.
And,
Mine's also 14.
oh,
Plus
Roll.
2, though.
Rollies.
I clicked dexterity and I got 12.
okay.
Leo, roll.
Just a random dex trick. I am. You beat me.
Yeah. Attaboy, Coulson.
Well, 5.
Allie,
12.
awesome. As this thing begins to pull itself free, Augustus, you look down at your foot as this tendril begins to kind of like curl and pull itself back. Begins to kind of at first wrap itself around your foot before you shake it free, and it begins to roil back within the husk. You have first initiative. What do you do?
Can you give me a little feeler here for this map? So is that the huge thing, unfortunately, the guy?
So, this is your group. You had just stepped out here, so
Yep.
everyone else is kind of in order here. Just ahead here, this mass is kind of what is the remains of the chrysalis as it bursts out. All around, you see the bodies of, like, the husks of the citizens who have been amassed here for whatever purpose. And this creature is pulling itself free. Seems to be 8-9 feet tall, massive, kind of large, muscular, bipedal creature, though it also almost a little like simian, like it pulls itself on its hands forward like a large like monkey, but the whole body is like rippling muscle of that black sinewy tar, very Venom-esque in its creation, but like thicker in its gut and kind of bulbous in various areas, but equally as ferocious looking and grotesque.
I'm gonna cast, let me just see, either this or this. Let me pull up this one. Yeah, no, let's do this one. I'm gonna cast Spike Growth. It's a 20-foot radius centered on a point within range. Range is 150 feet. So I'm gonna put it like in front of that thing, I think. And if they
cube,
that's a sphere. 20-foot radius centered on a point. And then it's got the little sphere logo, yeah.
okay, great. The 20-foot radius sphere is like that big.
Sweet, that's huge.
It would come right in front of you, like it would just end right in front of you.
Yeah, then maybe I'll even put it a little on him in the bodies.
Yeah. Put
Boom.
it there. Okay.
And that'll be difficult terrain now. Anyone who moves through it or into it will take 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet they move.
And that is concentration.
That is concentration, up to 10 minutes.
You got it. You are now concentrating on Spike as this creature begins to pull itself free of the chrysalis. And then, are you staying there? Are you moving to bonus actions?
And then I'm going to turn around and be like, oh, guys, oh no, it's bad. And I'll just walk back in there and hide.
You got it. Dude, back inside.
That's my turn.
That'll take us to Decrane.
Am I close range? Would you say close range?
You are far by a good margin. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay.
You're at least, if you get out to this edge here, 40 feet away.
Okay.
Pew pew, baby, pew pew.
I'm thinking. Just want to quickly.
Just so you know, that green there, if you walk through that, you're going to get hurt.
Yes.
Yeah, all of this is now going to be difficult and painful.
Okay, I guess I will have to shoot because I don't want to get too close. So, I'm going to peer out of the corner like James Bond. Pow, and then I'll go back.
You draw your star wheel. Go ahead and take a shot.
All right. Right roll is 9 plus star wheel 8, 17.
17 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
That is 1d10 plus 4 plus 1d10 plus 4. It's a 4 plus 4.
4 plus 4 is 8. Great. Okay. You watch it just tears into its like shoulders. It's like pulling itself forward and just kind of roars. It's like bellowing roar. You feel like quake all like the buildings all around you. And you're going to take cover back inside this building you were in?
Yep.
Okay.
You remember that shield thing you picked up?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a bonus action or an action, Kyle? Do you remember? I could look it up.
I don't recall, but
I have it in my inventory here. The steady arm barricade.
Oh, yeah.
But where would it say if it's a bonus or not?
it'll say in the like breakdown of the action.
This additional piece of, okay. As a bonus action, you can steady the shield on the ground and activate the barricade feature. Actually, that'd be interesting. Okay, maybe
It's kind of cool.
Bonus, I'll do that.
Yeah.
You would do that where you can like shoot from, so you wouldn't do it hidden. You'd be like out more.
Yeah, I'll stay. I mean, maybe I can stay near that corner of the wall though. Still,
Like you want to put it here?
or
Oh.
no, the other wall.
Here?
That wall. Yeah.
Okay. You scoot back over here, and I'll use a marker. This green marker. If you're within that, you can use the steady aim barricade at that position there.
So that'll give you +2 to AC on top of what you got now.
Perfect. I'm already at 17.
Pretty sick.
Yeah, so the downside to it is you forego movement while kneeling prone. Hold on, sorry. It's a bonus action. You can steady the barricade on the ground, activate the barricade feature. The two plates fire down implanting it in the ground, providing half cover to a single crouched target behind it. While kneeling prone and aiming through the barricade, your firearm attacks have advantage.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so the downside to it is you have to be prone to like utilize it. So right now you have it implanted, ready to go, but you obviously have already shot your shot this turn, but you're prepped and ready for the next.
And then you get advantage, Kev, on all shots moving forward if you're behind that, which is sick.
That's pretty good.
But you are considered prone if I get upon you.
They'd never get close to you. You're safe as can be, safest place.
One of you will get in front of him before he gets close to me.
That'll end.
Colton.
Take us to Colton.
He's going to sandwalk.
So, okay. I will draw my longbow and get an arrow ready to shoot. And then I'm going to go out on the street where I feel like Spider-Man in Infinity Wars. Where I'm like, sorry, I haven't learned anybody's names. Where Kevin is.
Yeah.
And then I'm also going to do this thing. I don't really know what this exactly does, but it's called Mask of the Wild. And it says you can attempt to hide even when you're only lightly obscured.
That would be an action.
So you couldn't shoot with that.
Okay. All right, yeah, I'm just going to stand there with like an arrow drawn, like ready to go. That's about it.
Okay. You, as DeCrane sets up this barricade, you go behind, draw your arrow, ready, aiming ready to fire. Okay, you hold your action. Andy, we come to you.
Okay. This thing is probably dumb, right? I don't remember what's happened the last time I've done this. I'm gonna try to just peek my head out and yell at my cat for tearing up the couch, and then try to mind sliver it, I guess. I just need 60 feet.
Yeah, easily within 60 feet.
Okay.
And you
Dark vision, 60 feet.
You can see it from
Sliver
very
vision.
short.
Midday.
Enid is very short. Intelligence save?
Mhm.
That's a 5.
So
Cool. So it's like no damage. It's a cantrip, guys. Solid 3 damage. That's psychic, if that matters for any reason.
Okay, great. It's already kind of yelling and screaming, so it just continues doing that.
I don't know if it did anything.
doesn't it now have disadvantage on something? Is that how that works?
Yeah, basically, it's a minus a d4.
Okay.
On its next saving throw for the
So if
end
Kev-
of my next turn. So I have
If Kev
d4.
does a cool shot or something, maybe that'll help out.
There's something that requires a saving throw, and the next turn is the time to do it because I can get a d4 in there.
Okay.
You're going to hold your position, move bonus.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I don't have a bonus action. I'm dead.
Cool. Enid, we come to you.
Okay, I'll just be like, want me to see if I can try and get it? And can I shoot it? But also with, okay, why is my cursor frozen? Hold on. So,
never good.
move down. Can I hit it with Dreadful Strikes?
Yeah, absolutely, as long as you hit.
All right. 13 to hit.
13 just hits.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
11 piercing damage, and
Correct.
then Dreadful Strikes with an extra 3.
Nice.
Awesome. Okay, as your arrow pierces in, you watch it like sink within the flesh of this creature and like just disappear. It continues this thrashing. You're not sure if it's thrashing and reacting to the shot that you just put in its body, or if it's just naturally just like an angry, foursome creature. But you hit it with your arrow. You do your Dreadful Strikes. It does take full damage, you note.
That's
Oh,
good.
that's a little weird.
That's good.
You hold?
Yep.
Okay. That ends your group's turn and takes it to the creature's turn. This hulking spawn creature tears itself free of the chrysalis and has been kind of peppered with a couple of attacks here. It is going to use an ability that it has called anti-gravity, where it can leap without needing. It is unburdened by the pull of gravity, and it can leap with ease. With a high jump of 25 feet or a long jump of up to 50 feet.
Super not great.
You watch it like plant its hands deep into the earth and its feet just bend down and then just burst Hulk style, like swinging arms up over its head, lands heavily directly in front of Decrane and Coulson, frighteningly close to Enid and Andy, just beyond the wall to your right. It is going to.
This is real bad.
As it lands and slams itself down into the ground, you watch its fists like smash into the ground, its feet burrow into the ground, and you watch like some of the black tar and sinew that this creature is made of slips free of its form and begin to spread rapidly around along the ground in a 20-foot square.
God damn it.
Conveniently hitting all of you.
Jesus.
I would like all of you to make dexterity saving throws. Please.
Oh no!
Nettie, if we fail this, we can use our reaction for that thing.
Okay.
Dex save.
Okay,
Fuck
okay.
me. Mine's not even gonna be worth it. 5.
11.
Yeah.
16.
That's a success.
18 and 4, 22.
That's a success.
12?
That's a failure.
You could try your thing.
But I will try my thing, yeah.
Okay.
Ability 4.
This is unrelated, but is it an action to take out my katana?
Nope. Switching weapons is free action.
Sick.
I got a 2 on the D4.
Good to know. Good to know.
The DC, unfortunately, is 15, so that would be 14. So, as it lands, the earth shakes, and suddenly, as you all go to catch your footing, the earth suddenly twists and roils beneath you as these tendrils wrap themselves around your legs. Augustus, Enid, and Andy, the three of you are restrained and suffer 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
As if you are restrained and held in place by the grasping tendrils.
Kyle, is that a DC 10 concentration now?
Yes.
Okay. 13.
A success. Great. Okay, so
Does restrain mean you have no actions?
you just can't. You have no
No
movement. Attacks against you have advantage.
Okay.
And let me see if there's any other caveats. You have 0 movement. You can't benefit from any of your speed bonuses. Attacks against you have advantage. Your attacks have disadvantage, and you have disadvantage on dex saves.
This is great.
Not great.
That is its one of its attacks.
Cool.
With its remaining slam attack, it is going to slam down with advantage against a crane in front of it.
Oh,
Your AC is better right now.
I'm glad I had the advantage because that's a natural 1, but the second is a 22.
yeah, that
That'll
advantage
get there.
didn't help.
Advantage definitely is a bonus. That is going to be a nice solid 15 points of damage.
Oof.
Okay, okay. I can
As
live
it
with it.
slams heavy. Oh, actually, sorry. It has a second attack. Now I'm gonna split the damage. We're gonna put one down into Coulson, or attempt to. Coulson, that's only a that's a 19 to hit.
19, yeah.
That's gonna be 10 points of bludgeoning damage to you.
I don't like
and
that.
Is gonna end its turn as it holds its ground right there.
Would Coulson have gotten a shot off when it got close?
Coulson could have taken an attack should he wished to have unleashed it as it was leaping into the air. You had your held action.
Fuck. Should have done that. Sorry.
No, you can still do it. No, you can
still
still
Oh, I can?
I'll do it retroactively, that's fine.
Yeah, let's do it.
As it's like leaping towards you in the air, you just put off 2 arrows, fire them. Go ahead. Take 2 shots.
I thought you were like, I don't want to shoot it.
Yeah. No, I thought you meant it was too late. I was like, fuck, sorry, I'm rusty. I should have taken that.
Oh, no.
No, you're good. 2 attacks
Hit
with your long.
DC. First one is 14.
14 hits.
Sick.
Do I do it
Thanks.
again?
Yep, you have 2 attacks.
And, the next one is 21.
Yeah, both hit. Go ahead and roll. Should be 2d8 plus whatever your dex mod is.
4. 4 and 3.
Okay. Plus your dexterity mod, or is that already added?
That's all added. I just clicked it's
You
1d8 plus 2. I just clicked that, the damage.
No. You're good.
Perfect.
Awesome. It sinks in. Both arrows fire in, but it then follows up with this massive slam attack. That is going to end its turn. Take us back to the top of the round. Augustus.
Yay, it's me? Well, it's not looking good for us, gang. Would it be an action to try and break free of this?
That is correct. You can make a strength or dexterity check to free yourself.
Then my other thought was, is there any way to get to like the second floor of this place? Like, I know we're having a top-down look now, but is there a ceiling on this?
This place actually doesn't. This place looks like this. It's been kind of broken in and caved in.
Then could I Misty Step on top of the wall roof, like maybe north of me.
Yeah.
Let's do that. And so if that's my bonus with my Fey touched little feet, I'm then going to cast a cantrip and just throw down at this guy.
Right.
I'll do produce flame. 17.
17 hits. Roll damage.
And then 7 fire damage.
Nice. On its back, you watch some of like the tendril energy and like these kind of like, inky tentacles that are still kind of clinging on and like rising up and just faintly kind of grabbing and grasping at things, just instantly just singed and burnt away to ash as you strike.
And then that's my turn. That's actually a good spot for me there. I think I'll chill there.
Great. Augustus holds there. Decrane, prone and slammed, but not restrained. You would have advantage from this position, but also disadvantage because the creature is within melee range. So it'd be a straight roll for your attack, but you're also melee if you wanted to switch up what you're trying to do.
If you did one of your maneuvers, this is where Leah's D4 could come in to help lower the save it would try and make.
If you have one that makes sense.
A maneuver? Like if I had a maneuver?
Yeah, what are your grit things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What maneuvers for?
Well, I'm thinking I'll use dazing shot.
Love it.
And yep, straight roll you said.
Yep. Go make your attack roll.
And it's a 10 plus 8.
Yeah, definitely hits.
Use your grit.
What's the
So you have to roll a con saving throw or suffer a disadvantage on attacks until the end of their next turn.
That's great.
Nice. That's awesome. Minus a D4.
Has a decent constitution, but minus a D4. We'll see how this goes. Unfortunately, that is a lot.
Well,
Let's see.
Minus the D4.
Come on, 4.
That is going to be a 25.
oh my
That's not even
god.
close.
Holy fuck. Okay, let's not use anything with a con save.
No, that was a natural 20, unfortunately.
But
Okay.
still, even if it wasn't. Okay, let's evaluate. No con saves, everybody.
Yes. But does that just damage?
You still have to roll damage.
Still just damage.
You still hit. You try to shoot up into its face, and as it roars, it like eats you shoot into its mouth. It takes the bullet, but it is, not a normal creature. It's not phased by this shot.
All right. 1d8 plus 4, another 4 plus 4, 8.
Beauty. Okay. It does still blast out the back of its throat, but it still roars, not dazed, which is almost even more frightening.
That's not good.
That's your attack. You're still prone at this point. Are you going to hold your position from here or reposition?
Can I? Will I take an attack of opportunity if I reposition?
Yeah, you would.
Then I guess I have to stay.
Okay. Anything for a bonus action?
No, I don't have anything that I can do.
Okay.
I mean, you do, but you don't need to use it right now.
That'll take us to Coulson, Andy on deck.
I will take out... Oh, wait, sorry. First off, I will do Action Surge.
Oh, okay. I'm going multiple attacks.
We're doing this thing.
And I will take out my katana
Mm-hmm.
and be like, not in my town. And I will attack.
Hell yeah. Get him.
With action surge, you'll attack 4 times.
Yeah.
First one,
Fucking fight.
19.
Hits.
Second one, 15.
Hits.
15.
Hits.
26.
Hits.
Is that a crit? Is that a
That's
crit?
an 20.
Nice.
Yeah,
Fuck
baby.
yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Roll 3 rolls of damage and then do the last one double it.
First damage, 7.
Okay.
Boom.
Second one.
These buttons are very close together. 7 again.
Nice.
But 2 more,
Yep. Well, do one more, and then the next one is going to be doubled.
8,
Ooh, okay.
6.
So that was the last one. What was the die? Would be a 1, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Poop.
Still, that was a lot of damage dealt in a very short amount of time.
That was awesome.
Just as it rises up after trying to slam into you, you block the attack, and then just carving and cutting away.
I like to think I'm cutting in an X fashion.
I love it.
Just back and forth, carving into its body. You can see as your strikes are landing, you're cutting away massive chunks of flesh that is this tar that is then kind of recongealing beneath it and is trying to slither its way back towards the chrysalis, the egg. Anything for a bonus action?
Can I call out to the team anything?
Yeah, you can freely shout. Talk.
So I would probably point out that it's breaking apart like that. And then I'd probably yell something like, it probably has a weakness like water or fire or something that will keep it separated. We have to keep it detached from itself.
That's a good idea.
I can try and use my fire, Mr. Coulson. Nettie, you should see the shit he just did out there. It's crazy.
Oh, I wish I could see.
Yeah, and then that's it.
End of Coulson's turn. We go to Andy with Enid on deck.
Okay. I can't remember. Allie, did you save that? Are you restrained or no?
She's
No, I'm restrained, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Can I see? Is there a window there? Can I see it?
Yeah, actually, you can see, and it's large enough that you can see parts of it, but there is actually a window directly kind of to your back right.
Okay. But I can't see my friends out there.
You
It's
actually,
kind of in
through
the way.
through the window, you can see both of them.
Okay.
Like,
But they're 10 feet away from you or more, right? Okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
This angle, though.
Yeah, that's cool as fuck.
And you don't want to sponsor this Hero Forge? Are you seeing this right now?
We got an arm with a camera on it, Hero Forge. Come on. Okay, I think I'm just gonna do this. No, it's just I gotta get out of here. Does it feel like these things are corroding into us? I can't remember what kind of damage we took.
just bludgeoning, it's just binding.
Just bludgeoning. Okay. I am going to. I was gonna do something, but it's gonna hurt Nettie, so I won't do that. And instead, I'll just cast mirror image on myself.
Okay.
Because I'm nervous. It's not concentration, which is nice.
No, but it's your action.
It is my action, and that's all I'm going to do right now.
Okay.
Self-preservation mode.
Just cast, away you go. Enid, we come to you.
Okay, I'm restrained, so can I try and wiggle out?
Yeah, it'll be your action to make a strength or dexterity check to try and break free or wiggle out.
Okay.
You could do my
will
Misty
do-
thing if you wanted. You could still wiggle out. You can do whatever you want, but we have that free Misty step that doesn't cost us a spell if you want to do
Okay.
that.
Sure. Am I-
You can bonus
am I able to do
action teleport.
Okay.
Where do you want to teleport to? Within 30 feet?
Where is Augie?
I'm this guy.
Oh.
You could join me up top so we
You
can
can
shoot
hop
down,
right there if you want.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll go on the other side, yeah.
just to save you an action.
There you go. You
And-
position yourself up top, freeing yourself from the bindings.
Okay, and can I shoot?
Absolutely. Go ahead and make your attack.
7.
Yeah, unfortunately, just in the transition, as you draw back and fire, it just goes wide. Doesn't even necessarily come close, unfortunately. Your footing, not exactly what you want. You already pull another arrow ready to fire again, but that'll end your turn unless you want to say or do anything else.
Nope, that's it. I'll just be like,
Oh, I'm not quite used to this misty step yet.
It looked really cool.
Thanks.
Perfect. As it ends your turn, we will return to the creature's turn. On this creature's turn, looking around as two of you have already freed yourselves from the restraints, but Andy, you are still there. Andy, you suffer an additional 5 points of bludgeon damage.
Oh no.
And that's at the start of this creature's turn. However, as it's taken a significant amount of damage, and as Coulson just tore into it like that, you watch as it rises up and begins to roar, but you watch its body begin to shift and morph. This metamorphosis happens as its kind of fluid exterior begins to take on a state of solidity. You watch it harden and almost like creating plate of this sinew and tar begins to harden across its body. It does not move quite as lithely anymore. However, it is now more resilient and harder to hit as it takes on this new hulking metamorphosis. With that, it can no longer do its grasping tendrils, so they begin to wither away.
Okay.
And they just kind of wither and die, freeing you, Andy. However, it still has, that was a bonus action for it, so it still has its 3 slam attacks and 2 lovely targets positioned here to slam. The advantage is it's not smart enough to take the advantage of the prone Decrane, and is spiteful enough to shit all over Coulson for cutting into it as much as it just did.
Cool.
All 3 attacks are going to be directed in his way. That is going to be it's a 23, an 18, and an 18.
Yep, they all hit.
Okay.
Well,
My AC is 16.
Okay. On the first attack, that's 6 points of bludgeoning damage with a bad roll. On the second attack, that is 8 points of bludgeoning damage. However, as it hits 2 attacks on you in succession, you take an additional 8 points of psychic damage.
Oh my god.
fuck.
With the third attack,
Oh man.
it deals a 13 points of bludgeoning damage to you.
Oh my god.
I am down then.
Oof.
And then you don't need to worry about the save on the last attack that would have stunned you.
Great.
As you
That's good.
fall down. You are not unconscious if we play this downed rule in this game of D&D. So you're still rolling death saves at the end of each of your turns. However, you still can't do an action or anything. You can move 5 feet. You can still speak. You can make one final strike, but you will automatically fail a death save as a result of it. But ultimately, it's downed is unconscious with a little bit of extra stuff. It's still not great. You watch as Coulson is just pummeled into the ground by this new hardened hulking spawn. It is then going to leap away.
Ooh.
Right over there.
That's not good.
This thing is...
Decrane, you do get a melee opportunity attack if you want to take it.
I will take it.
Go ahead and make a melee attack.
With my scimitar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and well, that's
In the quick draw, trying to fumble to hit it, your pistol gets pulled out of your hand as you're in the steady aim barricade, and you're trying to fumble just to get to your blade, and it's a very clunky thing. You're actually very happy no one really saw it. It made you look not as cool.
very embarrassing.
And unfortunately, this creature gets away unscathed, and is beginning to kind of pull itself up and scale the wall.
Oh god.
Towards Enid and Augustus. That's going to end his turn and take us to Augustus.
Stay away from us.
I'm going to, I think, do Burning Hands. Let me just look at my spells here. Is it within melee distance, or is it still would be range from here?
It's getting tight to say. It's hard. It could possibly reach you with its size.
I think I meant more, if I did ranged, would it be a disadvantage?
Oh, No, it's not quite not within 5 feet,
Okay.
but it's like
I
within
think I'll do.
7 feet.
Nah, I'll stick with Burning Hands. Yeah, I'll do Burning Hands and just fire down on this guy.
You
It's
got
a DC 15.
it. Dex?
Yes.
Nope, that's a 4.
Oh, great. So it'll take decent 13 fire damage.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice.
Yeah, even through its like now hardened exterior, you can see that it is still taking this full fire damage, and is getting angrier and angrier by the second.
And then I'll look at Nettie and I'll say, like,
It's just like when we're hopping from the trees.
and then I'm going to use Rabbit Hop as a bonus action to jump 10 feet, which won't provoke an attack of opportunity.
Which
So I want to try and get away from this. I think I'll try and jump over to that, like, yeah, exactly. Whee!
put you kind of like there. I do want an acrobatics check from you because
Totally fair.
the top of like a broken wall.
16.
Totally fine. Yeah.
Whoa!
You manage to land steadily, kind of tumbling off to the side, but catching yourself on the edge of this larger broken section. And that will end your turn unless you have anything else you want to say.
Maybe I'll just go to that corner there, just to the right.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Just back up a little bit more, but then, yeah, that's great.
Nettie, make sure you get away from it.
That takes you to Crane. We come over to you.
I guess my gun has been dropped, right? Or like
You can scoop it up with that.
Okay.
Yeah, with that. That's
I'm
flight.
going to use second wind for.
Okay, bonus action. Heal yourself for a D10 plus 4.
Oh wait, no, sorry, not second wind. Sorry. I want to use
Action surge?
action surge. Yeah, that's it.
Sure.
And these fighters, just trying to outdo each other.
What do you want to do with your dual actions?
I'm gonna do I can. It doesn't have to be the same action, right?
No, you can do 2 full actions.
Okay, so first I'll shoot him.
Okay. First things first, you need to reposition. You don't have a line of sight on him. He's now like on the other side of this
Yep.
wall. So pulling you to your
This can't
perspective. So you don't even see him from your perspective. He's up over there. So, unfortunately, you have half movement to stand,
Mhm.
but you step over Coulson's lifeless body. 1. And you went 1, 2, 3. He still has 3/4 cover from there, but you can still shoot.
Okay. So I shoot 12 plus 8, 20.
A 20 with his increased AC from the Metamorphosis. He has a 16 AC, and then half cover or 3/4 cover, I think, is a +5. 3/4 cover, 5E, +5 bonus AC takes him to 21. Unfortunately, that misses. You do have
You get another one.
surge, like you do have a second attack if you want to do that, unless there's something else you wanted to do with your action.
I'm thinking I will now go and heal Coulson.
It's very kind of you. For action economy purposes, it would have been wiser to do that while you were already there.
Can we say
because
I
now
did
you
that?
don't have the movement to come back. So yes, we will on that you can do it the other way around.
Thank you.
Go ahead and roll 2d4 plus 2 to heal Coulson.
2d4 plus 2, 3.
So Coulson, you heal 5. Crane, that is your action. 2 actions and your movement. You still have your bonus if you wanted a second wind. You could heal that D10 plus 4.
Oh, I can? Second
That's your
wind as
second wind. Yeah, it's a bonus action.
well? Okay, I will do that.
How much health did I get? 5?
5. Yeah.
So I get, sorry, mine was
1d10 plus 4.
D10. Okay.
I believe.
And-
1d10 plus fighter level. Sounds right?
5.
Nice. So yeah, you heal 9. So DeCrane, that is going to end your turn. Coulson, you get to have a turn coming to consciousness suddenly, properly, with 5 hit points. Costs half your movement to stand up, But what do you want to do with your turn?
Well, you really sprung it on me here.
I thought I was dead.
I will say you also have the same bonus action healing ability.
Okay, I was just going to ask, do I have any type of, like, potions, or...
You have Second Wind, which is a fighter feature to heal you for 1d10 plus 5 as a bonus action.
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
So, yeah, it's your bonus action. Go ahead and roll 1d10 at 5. I don't know if I gave you any potions. I don't.
Yeah, 8.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
So you heal for 13
That's pretty good.
with your 5. Brings you back to 18. Not bad.
That's pretty good.
And then I can't move or anything, right?
You have 15 feet of movement, so you got 3 squares. So if you wanted to like try and get range, you could go 1, 2, 3, and be in the same position as DeCrane just was. He would have 3/4 cover, but you could still fire if you wanted to try.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Wow, what a turn of events.
You rush forward, following DeCrane's footsteps, drawing your longbow, and you can shoot twice. AC 21.
Oh. First one, 19.
Unfortunately, it just splinters against the stone.
Second one,
Oh.
13.
Unfortunately, just as you're drawing and firing, still like coming back to full consciousness, your fighter instincts are taking over, but not enough to help you get back into.
You can go to hell.
How's that sound?
Get Colson's turn and go to Andy with Enid undead.
Okay. Augustus, you've kept up you haven't dropped concentration, right?
That's still bad news.
Okay. I don't think there's, and correct me if I'm wrong, Kyle, but there's no way to go like further into the room, kind of towards Augustus, and get eyes on it from that way.
There is a small, what looks like just an open doorway here that if you got into, you could look up to the creature, you think. You can see its shadow down there, so you think there's likelihood you could get there. 5,
Sure, let's
10,
do that.
20,
Such a
25
funny image.
25 feet for you to get there.
I'm going to try, does he have any cover from where I am?
No, not with getting that close, no.
Tight. Okay, then we're going to do just a chromatic orb.
Hell yeah.
Okay. I just
Natural 19.
Nice.
gonna hit, definitely.
Plus 6. And I'm going to do this as thunder. I don't know if
Okay.
that's going to do anything, but it's made of goo.
Not currently, but
Okay. Well, I guess that's true. Okay, it's 3d8. Oh, it's actually pretty good. 18 points of damage. Thunder damage.
Oof. Sick.
yeah, wow. As you
I've accomplished nothing in this town yet. Absolutely nothing.
You've done good things now.
you swirl and hurl this ball of thunderous energy, hoping to disturb some of its kind of fluidity within. And though it does have this hardened exterior, this carapace, so to speak, it does manage to ripple enough of its form. You watch it begin to some of those plates begin to kind of shift back to their fluid state. That took a good hit. This creature is not looking good.
Excellent.
Cool. I think that's all my movement, so I don't think I can go anywhere
You have
else.
5 more feet. So you can pull back a little ways, but...
Can I take... Yeah, I'll take one step back just so I can still see where Enid... I want to keep an eye on everybody. I want to be able to see everybody. If possible. If not, that's okay.
Yeah, you should still be able to see everybody from in there.
Okay, great.
Okay. And Andy's turn. Enid, we turn to you with the creature hot on your tail.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing that Augie did. I'm gonna use my rabbit hop and just jump, and I'll go where he went.
Your rabbit hop is not going to reach all the way. You've got 10 feet to hop. 5, 10. This is 15 to get here.
Okay.
Throw me an acrobatics check, and I will... If you hit the DC of 15, you can get across.
Okay.
With this feature.
19.
Nice.
Sweet.
Bounding across with this bonus action feature, you land very acrobatically.
Nice.
Didn't think I would make it, but I guess I did.
That was an action, right?
I think it's a bonus.
That's
action.
good bonus.
Bonus?
So you can shoot.
Can I try and shoot him?
I think I'm fine with also retroactively doing it. It would make better sense to shoot first, then leap, because you currently don't have a shot on. Like, given the perspective, you would have taken yourself out of eye line.
Oh, okay.
But you could shoot without penalty before you leaped.
Oh, okay.
Unless you want to get out of dodge for safety reasons.
Yeah,
Because
I was gonna get up.
Unsure of what's going to happen. So
Yeah, no. It's good. I'll get out of there.
maybe what I would recommend
Can
is
I
like
hold an attack?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
100%.
Okay. I'll do that then.
Well, we will very quickly come back to that because as you hold your arrows ready to fire, this creature pulls itself up and over, pulling itself like into the space, looking for a target to leap to. Go ahead and make, if you want to use your held action now, you feel free to.
Okay. 13 to hit.
13 is not going to hit with its hardened AC.
How bad is this thing looking?
Very. But with its current resistance, not enough that Enid could probably kill it in one hit.
Okay.
Just simply because it still has resistance to her attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you used a +1 arrow. That is about 10 feet of its movement. The arrow goes wide. Andy, wreathed in magic, this creature is going to leap down hard straight on top of you
No.
and drop all 3 of its slam attacks on you.
Yeah.
First attack. That's a natural 19.
Yeah, of course it's gonna hit.
Does it?
Do you want to port in any of these?
No, I have mirror image up, so let's just see.
Oh, okay. Phew.
Roll to
I gotta roll a d20. First one takes out the first.
shatters the mirror image with the first slam. As it's shifting all around you. You're dodging as they're dodging. It's trying to just slam like a whack-a-mole with your various imagery. Second attack. That's a 19 total to hit.
Nope.
Shatters the second of your mirror imagery. Final attack. It's a 23 to hit.
I rolled an 18 on my dice, so it shatters the last one.
Oh my god.
Continually slamming into, punching, and furious that it can't do anything against this imagery. It's drawn to it, and then suddenly it's dissipated, and you just watch this confusion of a feral monster that just had its meals, snatched away from it.
Like bursts of starlight.
Just bears down on it. Like you just watch it, just like it takes on this slow rising bear, just standing up to its full like 10-12 foot height. It seems even larger, just growing wider and just bearing down, trying to surround you in itself in an imposing nature, in fury, silence. But its turn does come to an end. Augustus, we come to you.
I'm worried about what's going to happen if Enid or if Andy is there when it does its thing. So I think I'm going to open my little coat and whisper to Ray. I'm going to be like, we got to get her out of there. And Ray's going to fly down. So with my action, I'll cast Wildfire Spirit.
Yep.
And then she's going to fly in. And then as her bonus, she's going to fiery teleport. Or as her action, she's going to fiery teleport Andy out of there.
You want her to come up top or 15 feet out?
Maybe 15 feet out.
Into the little, I don't even know if it can fit in that little aisle, or the aisle, whatever it's called.
Yeah, what about through that door, Kyle? Does that make sense?
Oh, out this way?
Yeah, maybe just try and get even farther away.
There.
Okay.
Pulls her away. Dex save against the fire.
I just want to make sure I can do that. So I summoned her, and then Rake and fiery teleport. Okay, cool. Because I use a bonus action to tell her what to do. Okay, great. So 1d6 plus her plus 2.
Is there half on save?
I'm sorry, it's a dex saving throw, and
Is
I
it
don't think there's a
14
save.
total.
14 total? I think it's my dex.
I think it's the same save, yeah.
So mine's 15, which is great.
Okay.
So 1d6, let's roll it.
Yep.
Ooh, 5 plus 2, 7?
7 points. It's singed in its final grasping, trying to grab hold of Andy before she's gone. And it just burns its hand. You're watching this creature's like suddenly grown sluggish. Its whole body is kind of withering, unfortunately. It's not long for this world. Whew. That is the end of your turn. DeCrane, you're watching this creature on its last legs.
Let's do this.
Take a shot.
I want to be a bit more finesse though, so I'm actually going to take out the bow.
Okay.
Such a weird guy.
Sure, yeah. You draw the bow, give you a clearer shot. Go ahead and take your shot.
18 roll.
Nice.
That's going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage. You need to deal at least 4 points of damage.
All right. That will be 1d8 plus 4.
Oh, Siri.
Yeah.
And I rolled a 7.
Nice.
With the quieter precision of bow, you take stock, aim, and fire for a headshot against this creature. You watch it just take it to the dome and just crumple to a heap. No burst.
Good.
Just a slow dissolve as the tar and sinew and these elements of its form begin to try and like funnel and slide their way back toward that chrysalis. This black tarry river begins to form, seeping its way slowly in its direction of the chrysalis.
Yes.
Just as you watch this and this chaos comes to a close, Augustus, Enid, Coulson, your passive perceptions are high enough to hear the rapid footfalls drawn to the presence of magic, drawn to the presence of gunfire and life force here. The amassed various horde elements of the spawn who are still active around here are on their way in this direction fast. And we'll deal with that next time.
Ooh.
Did it.
We did a good job, though.
We played as a team
Coulson,
pretty damn well.
you did great.
Thanks.
The fucking fighter action surges when you have multiple attacks are
So
the best feeling.
Yeah, I just wanted to be a fighter this time and just deal like damage, you know, instead of standing back being like.
It's really fun. It's
I
really
gotta
fun.
play a fighter someday. I'll never know what that's like.
It's like if you switch to a barbarian in Diablo and you're just like beating the shit out of everything. It's so much more satisfying.
That's where it's really at, guys, honestly.
Yeah, I need to play a barbarian one of these days.
I recommend it.